you are a researcher or a scientist, you will qualify for a green card or at the very least for working visa in the US. And today's video is all about that. Also today you will learn how to get a free evaluation of your case for the purpose of those visas. Let's go! Hello, my dear friends. I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a licensed business immigration and corporate attorney in Miami, Florida. Today, we're discussing the researchers and scientists and the best visas for you guys to come here, bring your family, work, or even become a resident and then a citizen of this great country. And today, I'm going to cover four main visas: O1A, EB-1A, EB-1B, and EB-2 NIW. And you may qualify for one of them, some of them, or all of them, and then it's going to be your choice which one you will go with. But first of all, let me guys address the myth that I hear and see on a daily basis. When you guys hear a talent visa, extraordinary ability, you be like, I'm not talented, I don't have extraordinary ability. But let me guys explain it to you why this is a myth. Because the name of those visas, and there's a bunch of them, does not really reflect what's inside of the requirements for those visas. The misunderstanding that happens between those two things is that in the eyes of USCIS, of US Immigration Services, the talent consists of those criteria. Okay? Because how else you gonna know somebody is talented or not? Only by analyzing what they achieved and what recognition they have. And that's why, and thus, we have the criteria. So don't rush, don't jump into conclusions and say, hey, I'm talented or I'm not talented, I'm extraordinary, I'm not extraordinary. You cannot really say so. You cannot really give those conclusions because only seasoned, experienced attorney like me can do this, okay? Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. Now, let's talk about O1A and EB-1A visas, the classic talent visas. O1 is a temporary work visa, allows you to stay here for 3 years, for up to 3 years, and then extend if you need. Bring your family, work, live, travel, and be a good man, okay? EB-1A provides for a green card for you and your family. Who's your family for the purpose of these visas? That is you, your spouse, and the kids below 21 years old who are not married, okay? So in case of EB-1A, you will get a green card for all the family members. And to get approval for one of these visas, and trust me guys, the difference between them is huge. Like O1 is here, EB-1A is there, but again, it's all about the criteria. And especially scientists and researchers, most of you, if not all, satisfy right off the bat 3 criteria. Some of you satisfy up to 5 criteria. What are those? The critical role in an organization with significant reputation. You all work or work in companies with good reputation and you play the important role. It's a significantly higher income and you say, Stanislav, I'm on the market. That's fine. Because in the market is good enough because it's going to be above the government statistics and that's what we use. Then you guys judge the work of others through peer review, code review, architecture review, documentation, technical documentation review, process analysis, audits, and things like that, right? You see what other people do, other professionals. Some of you are part of the committees, you sort out the publications, who's going to be talking on a conference to give a grant, to take a serious exam, and things like that. That's judging, and you guys did know that, right? Also, contribution in the industry. If you work on some good projects that are being used or have a good potential to be used in the future and be important for the industry, that's contribution in the field. So right off the bat, guys, it's like 4 criteria, right? And many of you have 3, some of you have 4, and others have 5 or 6. What are others? What are the others? For example, if you speak at the conferences and your thesis, your delivery is published, that could be an award. And also the fact of academic publications is also a part of the EB-1A. It's also criteria as much as O1, right? So some of you have 6 criteria without even knowing that, all right? Add the press to this, and we know how to add the press through the PR agencies and also the associations. Right? Some of you have the associations, those who don't, we will recommend. So the potential is up to 8 criteria and 8 out of the 8. All right? So don't tell me, guys, now that you don't fall within those. How many criteria do you have? Did you count? Do you have 3? Do you have 4? If you want to know exactly how many you have, what are the chances and the potential, get a free evaluation. The free evaluation is a questionnaire that's in the link below this video. Fill out that questionnaire, send it to me within 2 days. I'll get back to you and give you the analysis of your case. Okay? Look for the word potential. If you have the potential, that means working for 6 months with my team, under my control, we can strengthen your case to the grade A and more than 90% chance of approval depending on the visa. O1 gets 99% chance of approval. Okay, those are the classic talent visas. Now, EB-1B for researchers and scientists and professors. And that sounds like real good, like Stanislav. Oh, this is just for scientists. Good, good, good. Maybe this is for me? Maybe. But that one requires an employer. Not only it requires an employer has to have a few scientists full-time working for that employer, okay? And they must give you a job offer, and still we need to satisfy a few criteria similar to EB-1A, less of them, less burden, but all those things with employer, that's what stops a lot of people from applying for this visa. And EB-1A does not require an employer whatsoever. O1 does require an employer, but you may become an employer for yourself, okay? And I know how to do this. Now, that's the third visa. Very good if you have that employer who's been in the business for a while and they have other scientists working for them. Sure, no problem. EB-1B is a good option. The last option for you guys is EB-2 NIW. And that's the visa for national interest waiver, where you offer some type of project in a national importance and continuing your scientific research, teaching science, doing academic work and things like that is in a national importance, okay? So EB-2 NIW seems like a better option, but it's the longest because the priority date is like a year and a half ahead, and you will have to wait that year and a half after the approval once your case is approved. So that may take 2.5 years. EB-1A may take a year and 3 months, a year and 6 months. The longest, O1 will take about 8 months from beginning till end. And EB-1B is same as EB-1A, about a year and 3 months, all right? So you guys need to choose which visa is good for you. And again, if you want me to tell you which one is the best, get that free evaluation below this video. It's gonna cover all of these visas, and I will give you my thoughts, my strategy, my approach, the chances, the criteria, the priority of the visas, and things like that, and all that is for free. Once you see the word potential, you need to come to the complex immigration planning, where I will develop a written winning strategy for your case. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel not to miss those beautiful videos twice a week. Get your comments, get your questions under this video. My name is Stanislav Shamayev. I'm a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.